All right, cool. I actually got lunch too. Nice. All right. Zoop. Yeah, sorry. All right, we're back though. Wallpaper. Here's mine, the default one for Awesome WM. Okay, there we go. What's up, chat? Oh, I don't ever see my wallpaper, you know? So what do I need? What do I need a different one for? Although maybe we should do like a competition where people submit wallpapers and chat votes for the one that should go in. You know? Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I know lots of people are a big fan. I like mine just plain. Just plain Jane, boring. So, I don't know. I get the appeal though. They look cool. Do I want to give it a try? No. I don't think it's for me. I like the way it looks, just text on a black background. It makes me happy. Never let the internet decide. You realize there would be like content restrictions, obviously. We're not gonna let people submit Hitler or Rule 34. Like, duh. How's that invisible food? Delicious cucumber. Boing. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm not into the Rule 34 scene, so you're asking the wrong guy. Oh, now you can see these, right? Yeah, you can see carrots. All right. All right, just got a little quinoa and some chicken, and we're ready to cook some more. Now's a good time, chat. If you have a random question, I'm not doing anything else. What do you mean? Everything about your asking the wrong guy and pretty everything? I give you guys answers about lots of stuff. Shouldn't you have cooked before? I probably should have cooked before. I just like living on the edge. Can you clean your keyboard? I've got a forced air thingy that I spray in there every once in a while. I mean, I definitely say I don't know to lots of things. That's true. But that's because there are lots of things I don't know about. Then the calculus course when? I'm going to try and do an OCaml course for boot dev. It's just a few steps away. I thought saying I don't know is like a good thing. How is Turing machine related to computers? Turing machines are things that can do stuff, and computers can do stuff. There you go. Any thoughts on Gleam? The language is cool. It's pretty young still. You know, but it's cool. It's built on Beam, which is nice. I like Elixir. But, like, what kind of thoughts do you want to know? I like the type system. Shouldn't you chew the food? I am. It's quinoa. How much do you guys chew quinoa? There's not that much to chew. Always makes you conscious while answering stuff. No, I mean, I answer stuff how I want to answer stuff. I'm just not going to tell people I know something about something where I don't have a strong... Here, let me turn my mic off for a second. I'm going to cut this chicken. Okay, there we go. Thoughts on the syntax in the future. I like the syntax, although, you know, I am more of a, you know, an OCaml fanboy, right? So I do like less C syntax, more OCaml syntax kind of thing, but like it seems pretty good. The future of it's super hard to predict because it's pretty early. It's not clear if it's going to get a lot of adoption or not. But it seems pretty promising from what people... I just see a lot of people talking about it in random places, which is surprising. So I really like the syntax. I like the type system. I like that they have a bunch of different compilation models, like compile to JavaScript, compile to Beam, blah, blah, blah. What are the main tools you use for your PDE? I don't know, like you're saying, like besides NeoVim, I don't really know what you mean. Write an AI course and see? I don't think so. Talk about Erlang and Beam? Sure. Beam is kind of like, is it bad to call Beam a runtime? That's like kind of how I think about it. Like Erlang in a sense like compiles to Beam. I don't know if that's the right language or if that's how I think about it in my head. But like Elixir can also compile to Beam and like runs on Beam. Right, and so does Gleam. So it's like a way to run. Yeah, so it's like a VM. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not actually sure. I'm not sure if that's the right term for it. In my head, that's sort of how I have it pictured. That there's sort of like these different syntaxes and front ends. Right, and they run on Beam, and it helps you run like massively distributed high uptime systems through a variety of like different strategies. It's a little bit hard to untangle some of the aspects of like OTP, which is in some ways like a library from Beam, but because like, okay, so in like Erlang, Elixir land, you can make these supervisors and you can gen a new supervisor and stuff, right? And those are kind of like OTP, but it's like, I don't know anyone who's writing Erlang without OTP. So it's a little bit fuzzy. But basically it lets you write things in this sort of like actor model where you let things crash and they communicate with each other and they restart and do stuff like this. What's up, Abubak? Peanut chicken and cucumber? What's your deadlift? Not really much of a lifter, chap. Even though I'm cosplaying at one at lunch sometimes. That's funny though, Gio. All right. That was good. Very good. Tmux or ZellaJ? I don't use either of them. So, I don't have a strong opinion. I pretty much just use NeoVim. I don't have a lot of other supporting tools that go with my setup, I guess. I don't know. What do you have set up for C and NeoVim? I mean, pretty much just LSP. A lot of Ds. A lot of Ds. Are you using workspaces in NeoVim? I use WesTerm or like whatever like terminal emulator I'm using at the time. I just use different like tabs to have different projects. Yeah, so I use WesTerm as well. So I don't know exactly what you mean for workspace. You think like LSP workspaces? Like there is a concept of LSP workspaces. I don't really use it though. In general, I just like opening up separate NeoVims to do different things. Basically, is the short answer to that. If that makes sense. One sec. With tabs, I don't know why we need tiling window manager. I mean, I like tiling window manager, but who's the most punchable tech CEO? I don't believe in punching people. Like, I think that's a pretty... I just think it's a dumb thing to say. I wouldn't even punch Bill Gates, even though I think he's a bad guy. Teamwork is essential for right now. Oh, nice, Strange. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. He can jump over a chair, though. True. I do think we should probably cover this concept here. Probably before we can do struct size of. Well, maybe we should cover the very simple version of struct size of. We would go something like this. Billy Boy came to India and had tea and went. Really? Tmux is very cool. Yep. So then we want to do something where we make them. Oh, that's funny. We want to do something with printf. You know, like I don't know, something like this, right? Size of coordinate t. Something like this. So we'll have to do something like this. Will you go to the fact that structs are padded? Yes. So that's what we'll do next. So we'll do this as like the simple version of size of struct, and then we'll do struct padding. We need to do size of first, and then we'll talk somewhat about struct padding. We're not going to talk about it a ton because I think it's not super helpful, but it's interesting to sort of make things make sense. Let's see who can make struct password. You can only access passwords if you enter password. Thanks, Maniac. Bites. All right. So then we'll yoink this code here, and we'll put this into padding, and we'll put this into the README here. That makes more sense, because we need to do size of first to show them that you can ask the size of a struct. And then struct two-factor auth. Now we're talking. Oh my goodness. Why am I sneezing so much today? That's weird. Okay, so... Hey, thanks, Abu Bop. Thanks, Shrimp. Is TJ T-Pope? No, T-Pope's much more prolific than I am. T-Pope would be, like, Folke would probably be the NeoVim T-Pope, I feel like. Or maybe Ekonovsky. Both very prolific, much more than I am. Alright, so that seems good. Basic. Where did I... Oh, introduction to C. Intro to C structs. What else do we have inside of here? Yeah, that's fine. What else did we want to do? We need to cover these eventually, but we're not... If I'm thinking of my outline, we're going to have to come back to this later. So I really do want to introduce mutating structs first. Okay. So we're going to get back to that idea here, but we're not ready for it. Is this C? Yeah, it is. It sure is. Okay, so this one, let's actually go like this and put this. I think I've got a bunch of stuff in here for pointers. Changing pointers, mutating structs. Okay. Okay, great. When will the code be available to the public? Well, you can view the code on boot.dev. But if you want to like do the exercise and stuff, you have to pay. And when it gets released, I guess. Oh, will the code? So you can view everything on boot.dev. Yeah. Oh, nice, Keybon. Very cool. Okay, so then let's go back to structs here. This padding one we already took. There's nothing inside of this one that's new, really. Yeah, that one's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need that anymore. And we don't need that anymore. And this is the one that we copied, so we don't need that. And we can just delete that whole folder. Great. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, you can view the content on boot for free. But yeah, if you want to do the extras and everything, you have to pay. I will be, after we release the course, I'll be recording me walking through the entire course and uploading it to YouTube. So if you just want to watch the content, you don't want to like do it for yourself and practice and iterate on it or anything, which, I mean, I think is better than just watching, but then you'll be able to see the whole course like yourself, as well. Edu Random, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. Okay, so that's good. Let me think. Size operators. Whoops. And we'll come back to the idea of structs later for this. So we'll do size of for everything besides structs at the beginning, and then we'll introduce this later. So what I need to do here is this needs to just be more or less, like this needs to be more chapters, I think. You haven't practiced, you haven't learned anything. Or at least you haven't learned as much as you could. I think you can still learn something without practicing. For example, I learned not to touch the stove because my parents told me it was hot. I didn't actually have to burn my hand to learn it, right? So sometimes you can learn things from listening. I really don't think experience is the only teacher. I had to burn my hand. Yeah, some of you guys do seem kind of like the people that had to burn their hands. Yeah. That'll go away soon. I just don't agree that it's always like you have to always practice every single aspect every time, no matter what, right? Totally skips the word chat, which uses Arch. What am I supposed to say? You use Arch and I'm broke. Okay. I didn't know what to just... Razo, I answered it by saying that I'll release a YouTube video that goes over the whole course. But I don't know how many people needed to practice burning their hands. Yeah. So many printfs. Yeah, that's like the point. It's going to show you the size of a bunch of these. Yes, that's all I'm saying. But I do think, in general, you should practice, because it's good. Once may have been enough, yeah. I don't know. Some people, maybe it's a multiple multiple occurrences. All right, so you should deref null at least 20 times. Really appreciate the lag. You will. If you build anything, you definitely will. Okay, so that's good for structs. let's go to... We definitely do need to cover switch at some point. So let's have a... What do I have in this pointers? What do I have in this pointers versus the other pointers? 10 pointers? Okay, well that's a little goofy. We'll have to fix that later. I'm not ready to think about that one yet. You can see from start programming, love C. Yeah, I also there are some parts of it where it's just like it is just really elegant, and I really like it a lot. Uncle Bob dislikes switch. Okay. All right, let's go to... we can do Enum next. That's good. Uncle Bob ain't here. Got a point. Let's go ahead and do this. And let's go 10 Enums. I don't know if they need a whole chapter. Did I make a new chapter? I have new exercise. I think I need new chapter. Because we're going to have to do that as well. New chapter. Did I make that? I did not yet. Okay. New exercise. We'll have to copy some of the stuff we have here. Yeah, so then we're going to do this. And what are we going to do inside of here? We need to make... Right. We need to put... a metadata.yaml. Metadata.yaml, right? We're gonna make course root. Yep. And we need to make a new metadata file. I'm gonna write this one differently because it looks like this. How did we write the write or skip? Local metadata is join path here. Metadata. False. Whoops. You never know, he came in prime stream. True. You have to put ML and everything these days. Now it's YAML. I know, for real. Or maybe they were just ahead of the times. You know? What are we doing here? I'm writing myself a nice little plugin to do things that I think are nice. Bootside gives me game vibes. That's because there's some things that are gamified. So I'm writing myself my own little plugin to do things for me that are really helpful. And then we also just need to create required lessons. So we can do vim fn maker. Because there's like a lot of stuff that I have to do a bunch of times, sort of working with the CMS, and I usually mess it up when I have to do it manually. So instead, I just write something that that makes it easier for me to do. I've written quite a bit of things now. You know, like make the next chapter, copy over previous file, make a new lesson, blah, blah, blah. So sort of just like, why not, right? Sync complete file. How did we do that before? Oh, interesting. I don't think I use this one. Ooh, I know what we can do. We can go like this, and we'll make a new lesson with n. Boot.lua, oh, boot.lua. You understand. Create new chapter. But this probably should be chapter name. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just put in, you know, like 9 dash something or whatever, right? So then this, we can delete this. Yep. And then we can go here, and we can go back to plugin boot. And then I should be able to go, oh, a new color scheme, industry. Ooh. I feel like if we're gonna do industry, probably time to get serious then. Good call, NP. Time to get serious here. Yeah, okay, there we go. What? Syntax off. Why do I want to do that? What do you want me to do with that? Create next lesson. Oops, n. And we'll go 10 enums. Enums. No such file or directory. Oh, right, chat. Right, we didn't do that yet. We gotta first make this. I didn't think about that. 10 enums. No such file or directory. What? Maker, flags, P. Yeah, intermediate directory created as. Oh. Pfft. Right, there we go. Optional parameters. All right, so we'll delete this one. We'll write that. Leader SN for this, and 10 enums. Boom. Nice, and we can say apps.chatter. Nice. Chapter. Cool. Thanks so much for renewing contribution. After 19 years programming, finally find the editor I love so much. Oh, dude, thank you. That's a really nice thing to say. The chatting chatter. I really appreciate that, though. That's very nice. Can you suggest a video or something on managing pull requests as maintainer? What do you mean? Like what? No, there's nothing I can tell you that would work for every single place besides boring advice like you should be nice to people and you should be kind where you can. What am I supposed to say? I don't know. Now Maniac's gonna make fun of me because I'm saying I don't know, but I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question. There's too many variables left. There's too many variables. All right, so we can go enum. Video or something. It's more like the difference between a manager of something like that's a super popular, you know, like, I don't know, like, oh, I have a project that 1 million people use on NPM versus like, oh, I have a project that like 35 people use for NeoVim. There's a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Give me the answers. Will this course teach us how to cause Stack Overflow on purpose? Probably it'll happen once on accident at least. All right, so let's make a new lesson here. I mean, how to test the code. Like, I mean, if I have changes, I can't commit and push the author tree because I don't have permissions. You should be able to push. And why can't, you should definitely be able to pull and run it locally, and you can test it locally and see if it works. And I still just don't really get the, I don't think I really get it. Yeah, like you should have CI and others. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer your question. New title. Enum keyword. All right, so we've got Enum. We need to cover this. Did I already make something about this, though? I must not have. English terrible. I can't express. Yeah, but I'm saying that's okay. Just take a little bit of time. Write it out in a longer, more structured question. I can give you a good answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't give you a good answer. Did I have something for, like, red? Color? Oops. Color? I thought I wrote something for color. Huh. Color. I definitely did not write it like color. So we need to introduce the concept of enum. Let me think. I'm not sure exactly how we want to introduce it, right? I guess in some cases we want to say, unlike Golang, a language living in 1970, C has the concept of enums. Enum is it actually short for enumeration? I just want to say, like, that's what I think about in my head. What is enum short for in C? Provide proof. It is short for enum, enumeration, right? We have iota in Golang, same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not because in Go, they're open. You can make a new one somewhere else. Enumerable, short for enumeration. Nice. You mean TypeScripts are close to C, guys. For proof, where? Hello? Why is this not clicking? ChatGPT, hello? Good job. Proof. Never expects you to click the link. Thanks. Proof isn't real. Here, we'll try GPT-4 smart. How deep is the course going to be? Some parts of it are going to be deeper than others. I don't know what to answer. You can look at the outline if you want. Just look at course and stuff and it'll tell you. Enumerating its possible values. And enumeration. Nice. Okay. Well, that's good enough for me. Is short for enumeration, right? This can be used to declare, I don't know how, like a set of possible constants that are related to it. That seems fine. Oh, we're cranking it out. We are going. Like I said, I'm trying to get this thing published, you know? Days of week, colors. Yep. Yeah. That's a good one though. We could go enum, days of week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh wait, no. We want to go uppercase for all of these though. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. Should we misspell one of them on purpose? Thanks, Aho. Will you monitor seg faults to course dropout ratio? That'd be funny. Fun day. We'll drop fun day in there. Taco Tuesday. Okay. All right. We'll come back to some other stuff like this later, right? All right, so then basically my boss is going to say no. So it's going to go far enough so that you're going to build a small object system and then two simple garbage collectors. You know? So I don't, they just like the range of what people consider advanced for C is very broad. All right, so that seems pretty good. Do you have more course planned? I do. We'll hopefully do a Rust one or a series of Rust ones and then maybe some OCaml ones. But we'll see. That might change by the time we get there. Memory allocator. Advanced C is when you you don't want to see it, Growlix. Yeah. Might be just enough. Nice. Are there languages you haven't read the family manual for yet? Gleam would be one. Zig would be one. I don't know. There's lots of languages I still want to try. We're not going to do a memory allocator. No. It's too far afield from the lesson we want to try and do. For the Rust ones. So the idea for the Rust ones would basically be right here is where the C course gets slotted in right before Go. And then I would want to build a parallel track for this, this, and this, all in Rust. So like, this tells you how to do servers, right? We would do parallel to each of these three in Rust. And then maybe even further. I don't know. But it would just take a long time. But you get to do at least these three and maybe this one as well. The SQL one would kind of come back. Yeah, I'm not sure which backend we would pick. But those would be kind of like where I would want to go. These would be a lot simpler to do because like, okay, so here's a guided project, right? We're at the project. Here's a bunch of stuff on how you would get started, right? And it's like, well, okay, well, these are already here, right? So I don't have to do as much imagining of the content and how it works, right? We can do some of this same stuff by just like translating this into Rust. We're not going to touch threads or p threads. No, I'm not interested in going that deep into C. People, it's like, that's not really the goal. Right. So this would, so these would go faster, I think. You know what I'm saying? We could do these faster because we already know the structure of what works and what makes sense than writing a whole course sort of from scratch, right? So they would kind of be like an alternative path. You could do choose your own adventure here for whether you want to do Go or Rust or both, right? Both is good too, because you can sort of compare and contrast the things you like about them. Yeah, so that's kind of the goal. And we'll just see sort of what happens there. We'll see. What else would I need to cover in enums? We want to show using them with switch statements. So this would be a good time to include switch. Where's OCaml? Yes, replace Python or alternative to Python. Yes. Exactly right. Assigning values to them. Oh yeah, you're right. We can go over some of the more advanced use cases. Yeah. Okay, so this would be the first one, and we probably should go over that. Any book suggestion on learning Golang or in general advice? Yeah, sure. Boot.dev. I don't know what to tell you. Go by example is good. I actually think Boot. This is a really good way to learn Go, like unironically, but hashtag ad, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. The Go programming language is good. I also like Go by example. So, all right, so we'll do the simple case of just building the enum keyword, what you can do, right? And then we're going to need to do something like exercise H, and we'll say make an enum for like red, green, blue or something. Color. Type def enum. Color T. Red, green, blue. Something like this. I don't know. Thorsten's interpreter book is really good too, yeah. Has all the info on what to read and stuff. Nice. Unhappy engineer. Hey, thanks for saying hey. By the way, I just looked up your old account. It's gone.
Oh, hey, thank you. Thanks for the subs. Because you had messaged me, right? I couldn't, it was, it's like gone or something. I don't know if you deleted or whatever. 100 go mistakes. That's a good one too. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Thank you for the gifties though. I really appreciate that. Yep, that Twitter was me. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Oh, okay. All right. I need to do something with color here. I'm not, maybe color is not a good one. I don't know what we should, oh, we could do color and we could, they just need to define one that has a color red, green, blue or something. And then we could say like include color.h, something like this. We'll change this to be color.h. And then like test colors exist. And we can go, if I do this, can I actually go assert int red, green, blue, and this is test colors exist. Are defined. Okay, that's good. Yo, Swelker! What's up, buddy? Were you guys writing some Rust today? What were you up to? Oh, Bevy, huh? Learning game dev. Okay, nice. If you had to guess, or maybe I can have an AI run over the stream later, what percentage of the time was spent compiling today versus iterating on the game? Actually, Bevy's low blow. Non-trivial. Hey, thanks, Riles. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. That's cool. Though, do you have an idea for a game that you're making, Swelker? Or you're just exploring like Bevy for the joy of Rust game dev. Roguelike deck builder? Okay. Okay, someone saw me tweeting about Balatro and was thinking, okay, my turn. Are you gonna actually try and sell it? Ooh, okay. Swelker, you know, if you need a play tester, just hit me up. I've been doing pretty good at Balatro lately. I would say that's a pretty good hand, chat. No big deal. No big deal, but an E score. We did it. We did it, boys. We did it. And I even got unlucky. I was rolling. I'm on what? Round 38. I did almost no skips this game. And I was rolling forever to get replay triggered face cards, and I didn't get it. I was rolling so much. It was crazy, and I couldn't get it. Let me see what level was my so I got a little bit unlucky compared to what could have been. I had let's see, 5 of a kind was like level 50. Level 50 for 5 of a kind, chat. Oh man. So my deck was all cards were face cards, and you get money for playing face cards, but these were useless after I got my thing going. I had replay first card, got a copy of replay first card, blueprint and then a legendary for all kings and queens do 2x multiplier. So I had four playing, you wouldn't understand, of 2x, 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 2x. Crazy. But anyways, my hand was bonkers. So I was doing 5 of a kind every time. It was crazy. It was a good one. It was a good one. So anyways, you know, if you need someone to test out the game, let me know. Here, Bratras, I don't think I could be that. Well, maybe you'd just be that creative about something else. You never know. You know what I mean? Like the Balatro guy probably couldn't be that creative for every domain of all time, right? People are pretty different. You never know. No, exactly. That's what I mean. Oh, like for that. Yeah, yeah. Gotcha. All right, so then we've got this, right? So now we want to do something like, let's show them that we can set it to different numbers for some reason, right? Red, this is not a really good one for... Oh, we can do like error codes or something like this. So let's go... Let's make a new one, Enum with values. And let's go... I just need a list of... give me a list of HTTP error codes. Just simple ones. Like 5 or so. As a C enum. We will add 418 teapot, yeah. Yep. We'll add teapot as well. Is it just teapot? What is do it with 418? What do you think about Scala programming? I don't have a super big opinion about Scala programming, except one of my favorite coworkers I've ever had really liked Scala. So that's a good indicator for me that it's cool, but I've never done it. So that's it basically. Seems cool. Seems like a cool language. Seems like they've got a lot of good ideas in there. And a lot of and like I said, probably my favorite coworker ever, maybe even really likes it. So yeah. And he did a bunch of work inside Scala, so I'm sure like the stuff is good that he made. Sometimes you don't just want to enumerate a value or enumerate names. You want to set those enumerations to particular values. Purified Java. Yeah. It's like they put Java through. Yeah, exactly. Great, thanks. I've started to learn Scala. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't have any other opinions besides that. It's only secondhand opinions for it at the moment. All right, so we'll give some other examples of this. What should we make them do with enums with values? I'm not sure what we would make them do for it. I'd have to think about that. I'd have to think about... Oh, good point. Yeah, right. We'll do that as well. But it's a good point as well. Type def enum, and we'll say start, I don't know what we say, 100, and we do this, right? Like this. Yeah, we should do that. We should do that as well. It's a good point. Yeah, so it basically can like start at an offset, then starts counting from there. Yep. What's between structs and enums? It's a good question. That's part of why we're going over them in separate chapters. We should maybe we'll go over it here. Unlike structs, an enum is used to define a possible set of values. They do, in this case, the day of the week. This is, I don't know how would I even say this. So I'm trying to say like, a struct is used to define a set of fields, right? Which then are sort of packed together. So an enum, I don't know, something like this, right? A struct could have an enum as a field. Type def struct event t, right? And it would be like char star title, right? And then it could also be like yeah, we should do this as like and then we can also do or with type def enum days of week days of week t. Oops. Days of week day. Let me write this. Right, yeah, oh, that's a good, yeah, maybe. So we should say enum collection of values, right? Struct collection of fields. Something like this, I don't know. I'm not. I'll leave this as sort of like a to-do for this section as well. To get a map-like structure. The other really nice use case of enums in C are using them along with designated initializers to basically get a map-like structure. Oops. I keep forgetting to put semicolons in those examples. Can you give an example? I'm not sure what you're saying for with designated initializers with enums. Yeah, right. Yeah, you couldn't make a linked list with an enum. It would just tell you like they're basically just a fancy word to do. Thing 1, thing 2. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yep. Right, and then you can access that in. No, I'm with you though. I wasn't sure if that's what you're saying, but I got what you're saying. Right. I mean, it's a little bit weird. Yeah, I mean, as long as you just only have them there, but I don't know why you would use that as a map instead of just using a struct. I mean, I'm sure there's some cases, but we're not going to go over those cases. I think that's a little too confusing. Yes, right. So it's a list of possible values. Yep. Nice user. Thank you. All right. So, anyways, that's okay. We'll come back to that. I'll write some stuff here. We should also just say maybe it would actually be better to say like and we should also probably say collection of values. I don't know. It's okay. We'll say something like this. For me, when I discovered tagged enum by using anonymous unions and struct. C became a new language for me when I discovered tagged enums by using anonymous unions and struct. Interesting. I'm doing great, ZZ. What about you? Feels like enums are the primo net. Well, I don't think they're that complicated. I'm just trying to think about how I could say it in a way that's like good to show the difference between struct, right? But it's okay. All right, so that seems good. So we have enums with values. And let me think, what else would we want to... Oh, we should show, like, switching on them, right? Yep. Yeah, we probably should say, in C, enums are always an integer value. Right, I don't know... by default, they start at 0 and count up from 0. Okay, right? And then we'll show them here how you can, and we'll say in the next lesson, we'll say in the next lesson, we'll show how to set them to particular values. Something like this. Serves as effectively a class of constants. What are enums in C? They look like this. They're just integers with names. In short, enums are just integers with names that can be checked by the compiler, basically. Something along these lines. I'll think of something better for that later. Which languages treat enums as algebraic type other than Rust? OCaml, Gleam, well, I guess, are you saying enums? Well, like you're saying use the enum keyword or have algebraic types that, like, because in OCaml they're called variants, right? Enums will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. What would you mostly and effectively use enums for? Let's give an example. Enum switch. So in this one, we made these error codes here, right? Didn't I call it HTTP bad request? Okay, great. That works. Are they saying anything like enum in Java? Having an enum and a struct that holds the enum and a union with data like this. Type def my enum type union int I total data tag union. Yep. We're gonna use those for Wiro. Yep. Is gifting a photo album book a smart gift for someone on a team who is expecting to be a parent soon, or is it out of line? Oh, that's nice. Like it's a photo. Like they can. Deagle, you're saying like you would give them a. It's just like an empty one that they can load their own stuff on. Deagle. You can do something like Wednesday's greater than Tuesday. Yep, you can. If it was me, assuming you have a good relationship with the person and it's not like weird or something, like, you know, you talk to each other and you talk sometimes about like personal, that would be so nice. I would be like, that would be so nice to get as a gift. Yeah. Parse result type. Okay. Parse type like error. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yes. So we actually do this in the course. Yep. We do this exact thing. This is coming up at the end of the course. We do objects. And so we have an object and it has a kind, which then tells you what thing in the union to use. Yep. So that's why we're introducing the concept anyways right here, right? So here's an example of something where, you know, maybe you've got something like this and you're going to say something like, I want you to define something like void print HTTP error like this. Okay. You need to write this function. Okay. So then HTTP-C maybe we don't need to put so many of these, though. Because we probably don't need to put so many. It's a little bit annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not so bad. Maybe we can remove one of them. We'll do 404. I wish they had pattern matching. Yeah. I wish every language had pattern matching. I wish I was pattern matching. This is the case where a map-like structure works well because you do constant error message within designated sliders. I got you. Yeah. Right. For something where you're going to do that constant. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got you. We're not going to teach them that trick, though. I wish I knew this 15 years ago when C was my gig. Yeah. So anyway, so that's like, this is why you would use, this is a really great case for enums, because now you can switch over them and then you just print what you want to do, right? So it's like, this is nice. This is way better than having to remember 400, right? This is better. You can't typo, you can't scuff it up, right? These and things. Default case, I mean, in this case, we know for sure that it's exhaustive because my tooling tells me so. But we can put this one, unknown error, sure is fine. Magic numbers bad, long names good. Exactly. Yep. What would that syntax mean? What are you guys talking about now? Oh yeah. So anyways, this is why you would use it, right? So this is sort of like, okay, what would you use them for, right? Enum plus switch, right? One of the best features of enums is that it can help handling, you know, I don't know, something blah blah blah. It helps you write cleaner code. No, that's not what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna use the word phrase clean code. Can be used switch statements. In fact, modern tooling will often give you an error warning that you haven't handled all the cases in your switch. I don't know, something like this, but it's fine. Yeah. Switch, I don't know. We'll say it avoids magic numbers, uses descriptive names, and something like this as well. So then we'll expose them to switch, right? So what's the syntax for switch? We have switch, condition, and then we have case, like integer basically. Case, integer. Do something here. Do something here. Default. Handle default case. We need to go over fall through. Great design decision. Yeah, it'll be on boot dev. Yeah, that's fine. Shift on day, we just want to look for a play. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't have an exact date yet, but it will be on boot dev. If you're interested, you can check out some of the info here for course or on boot. I put a default. I mean, to put nothing in there is so. Anyways, it's fine. That's okay. I think a sensor direction contains E. All right, so then they're gonna need to write something to do assignment. Write something that prints a nice message for the HTTP error codes or something like that. And then we'll go and do, maybe we should just return. Well, we definitely want to do this because otherwise they'll forget to write break. They need to practice writing break in here. Yep, bitwise number is good too. Yep, true. Oh, that's another good point. We should... Okay, I wasn't sure if I was going to show too much bitwise stuff because... I mean, it's good, like it's helpful, but I also didn't know if we were going to try and do it. Because it is nice to show an enum with like 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, blah, blah, blah. And then we can show like this and this is that... Contiguous case perform better than sparse cases. I think I'll skip mentioning that shows. Just because I think it's a little bit in the weeds. Yeah. The problem is we don't use it at all in the objects or the garbage collection thing. So I'm trying not to introduce too many concepts that we're not going to directly apply once we get there. You assign to an enum a value that's not contained inside the enum definition. We were saying, can you go like code equals 37? Oh, I guess so. What? Can you just do that? Oh, that seems terrible. I didn't know that. I've never seen that before. Yeah, because it's just an int. Yeah. Enums are just fancy ints. Right, but I was kind of hoping that would be like a warning or an error. Can we debounce on Telegram Prever? Can't find the documentation. I don't remember. Fixed in C++ with enum class. Yeah, that's a classic C thing. Right. Warning with Clang D. Yeah. In C, have all the freedom to shoot yourself in the foot. Yes. I'm aware of the foot gun thing. It just seems goofy for when you say... it just seems goofy for when you say something like, here I have an enum, and it can only be these values. And then you say, now I'm going to set it to a value. Yeah. You know? Like, I know enums are just fancy. You can't really warn on it exactly because of flag enums. Yeah. Oh, I guess that makes sense, right? Because you're saying, right, we can have an enum where it's like, yeah, I guess, I don't know. Whatever. That's okay. I've never had to do it. Enum times star minus, yeah, exactly. I've never had to actually, or I've never actually done that before, but I guess it makes sense that you can. I was just kind of hoping you would get a warning or an error from compile side, but that's okay. Comes up a bunch in deserializing. I believe it, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's cases where you need to have it, right? Cover some of the unsafe but useful ways to play with void pointers. I've been thinking about that because we also don't use that at all in the objects thing. So I'm likely not going to try and introduce a lot with... We're going to go over that void pointers exist and that we use them for malloc and free, right? So like there will be something about how those get coerced, right? Like you have to cover it like a little bit. But I wasn't planning on being like, and here's how you can make generics.
What is the best way to measure your dict?
It's a great intro, Burbana. Welcome. Burbanana. Burbanana. Thanks. Nice. Does that answer your question though? Duck ode. All right, so this seems good. Cool. Anything else we should cover with enums? I mean, I should learn C in current year. Sure, I think learning things is useful. There you go. What else would we need to cover for enums? Oh, I guess I asked the wrong question. Whoops. That's probably loud. It's the wrong question. I'm taking this L. Yeah. How to choose a jacket. Smart. I resonate with it. Thanks for weird. That's a good one. I guess we also can show... I guess we could try and show the enum and flag thing maybe. I'll just add it as... I'll add it as a thing that we could do. Not sure if I want to include this one, but we could do something like this, right? Where we could say something like... So are you supporting the Netherlands in Euro 2024? In Euro what? Enum, we'll say like permissions. Right? And we could have like read, write. So American Unreal. Yeah. Execute. It's the big football in Europe. Yeah, Raylib is awesome. Oh, syscall is a good one. Okay, yeah. So this would be, we can show them the example and then we can do it with syscall. If I was supporting anyone, obviously it'd be the Netherlands. Pet food, that's funny. But we can show them like, so then you could have some function here. Well, we can just put this here, right? Where you'd have something like bool can write permissions t. Right, and we could just return and we can say perms and write. Still working on C, you betcha. What if I make programming follow Stern Towers math, where 1 times 1 is 2? Did Prime read something? I haven't watched Prime's video about it, but see you, Abu. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, is there a syscall one that we could do that doesn't... I mean, I guess we can make files. It's fine. I think we can probably run that. I don't know what it will do in the browser. So I'd have to think about that one. Because it gets compiled to WASM and runs on their machine. So there's still some goofiness there, maybe. This is probably worth showing just because it's kind of cool. I feel like it's kind of fun to see like how you could do this kind of thing. To do maybe some syscall. I don't know. There's probably some other good examples of what we could do. We could just maybe instead of actually doing the syscall, we could show some of the stuff from, because probably they know. Maybe it would be fun to do like ls-al, right? And we show them some files in here. And we can with this we could show them how like these flags match up with it or something. I don't know. I have to think about it a little bit more. But my brain is not connecting those dots for it right now, but that's fine. So that's probably everything we would need for that. Okay. All right, I think I gotta call it quits for today. I gotta go get a few other things done. We'll be back in tomorrow, maybe longer tomorrow. I should be able to get started a bit earlier. I think that S are unit expressions. Ooh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe it's S, you know, something like this. Okay. We can look at some of those maybe. That would be good. All right. I gotta run. Wow. Hey. Fancy meeting you here at the end of the video. Just go ahead, give it a smash. You know, wow, the like button. You can make fun of me in the comments for that one. I don't even care because you made it to the end of this video. Thanks everybody. See ya.